Hello my dudes and welcome back to Minecraft Minecolonies Byzantine, and ho 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 my friends, Merry Christmas. Now I'm not wearing a Christmas hat, maybe I should get one, hang on a sec. There we go, that's much better. Now it's not Christmas yet, but Minecolonies has started to think that it is, and some of our dudes around the colony have Christmas hats. That's pretty cool. To help you get in the festive mood, as if I need it. Oh man, I cannot wait to open my stockings and to eat my pigs in blankets. Anyway, what have we been doing over on the colony? Well, like I said, what we wanted to do was get a few of our buildings up in the levels. Let's start with the tavern. Now, one of you guys in the comment section suggested we should try a different builder style. So I went over to the university, did the research required, and now we have access to the new builder styles. There's a whole bunch here, but the one highly recommended is Hilbert, and this builds buildings from the inside to the outside in kind of like a spiral. Now, I was keen to try this on the tavern. I don't know if it did or didn't speed up the build massively. It still took him quite a while to get this building up to level 2, but it shouldn't be a surprise because there's a lot going on here. But it's really cool to see the tavern finally get an upgrade from wood to that lovely beige brick. Likewise, we got the hospital up to level 2 as well. It's still got a lot of wood in the level 2 design, but it's really good to see this building start to use something a bit more Byzantinian. And check it out, now we have 2 beds in here. Not a huge amount, we're still running low, but it's a great start. And now finally over to the town hall. You can see here, this building's had a massive glow up. It's now level 3 and almost completely diorite and beige brick. So what are we going to be doing this episode? Well, we're going to try and get some more housing down. I've also done the research over at the university. It was level 3, but now we have access to 100 colonists, up from 50. Plenty of more space for new dudes. So let's jump in. And we'll get the ball rolling. Hang on a sec, I'm a bit low on hunger. Luckily enough, got a bit of sushi nigiri in here. Delicious. So let's hop on over to the town hall, take a look inside. Not much has really changed in here, but it is pretty cool now. It looks a lot more like a realistic building. Most buildings will be designed around being level 5, and every step before then is kind of just like a stopgap. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn off Kids Will Be Born. This is very important for our housing build, because if we don't turn this off, we're going to get a massive influx of dudes we might not need yet. But take a look over here at information, we have 43 of 45 possible, so there's still maybe 2 guard towers or 2 houses that could be filled. But because kids haven't been born, it's likely they could be missing guards. In fact, we can see here, oh yeah, so we've got 4 spaces for knights that have yet to be filled. So there's 4 guard towers out there that aren't set to automatic hiring. That might be because some of these buildings have added new guard towers. As they go up in the levels, some of the Byzantine build styles introduce guard towers like, hang on a sec, hello, here we go, guard tower 0, build options, yeah, we'll get Leo on this, it's a simple build. But yeah, some of the buildings introduce guard towers as you upgrade them, so you've got to be careful to make sure those get built and to get them configured to automatic hiring. Now we've had some amazing suggestions for names of districts. One of you guys suggested that we rename the construction district after our brave builder who passed away. So excuse me my fists, but I'm going to break this waystone and put it back down in honor and memory of Nicky Braven. How about just Braven Builds? There we go. If you guys can think of a better name for Nicky Braven's Memorial District, do let me know in the comment section. And I will heart and like the comment. So the first step is to get some residences. We have 5 spare in the computer, but we can do better than that. Residence. And we'll see if we can make some more. 1, 2, we'll make 10. Don't know how many we're going to use. I reckon 10 is a safe place to start. Get the build tool back, and let's hop on over and see if we can put down this insulae. Oh man, now I am really excited to get started on the retail district. This is going to be a huge piece of flat land that is going to be very pliable, very moldable. It's like a big chunk of artist's clay that we're ready to sculpt into a beautiful Venus de Milo. Anyway, oh my god, this place is huge. Look at all this untapped potential. Now the insulae is going to go from the left over to the right, and I feel like I want it to stretch almost all the way down. So pack it up, pack it in, let us begin. So fundamentals, insulae, and it all starts with an end for the residence. Now we used the end A before. What's an end dorm? Oh right, that's just like an empty building that you can put inside an insulae, I guess. So the choices are either B or C. Let's take a look at these and see what we're deciding. Swap it around. Boom, which is the end. This looks like it's probably the end, or is the other end the end? I don't know. It's definitely an end though, because the bottom foundations stretch out further than the building. That's usually a big clue that nothing's supposed to latch onto it. So this is B, level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, yeah, looking pretty cool. But what about C? Here we go. And once again, the foundations stretch out to the left, so that's the clue that it's the end on that side. And we're looking at level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, now this is a bit more magnificent, a bit more impressive. I'm thinking we might go with this one, but how far back does it reach? Because we don't want to use up too much space here. Oh man, yeah, this is a real chonker. This is like your granny's cat that keeps getting fed biscuits all year round, if your granny's cat was a Byzantine building. I love the balconies you have out the back here as well. They look pretty cool. There's not going to be much of a view though against the hillside. So do you know what? I think we're going to go with C. So, start as you mean to go on. We're going to put down this building and shuffle it over to the edge. I want to get as much housing in here as possible without making it too cramped. So I feel like this should be fine. A bit of land clearing to do, but I reckon we're good. Ah, there we go. The rain has passed. So, back with the build tool. So we've got the end here. Now we're going to do the middle bits. But since our style is C, we're going to stick with C. Now it looks like only B has a main and a mid, likewise with A. C is exclusively these alternative middles. And we're going to have to raise this up and make sure it all aligns perfectly. That looks to be about the right level. Put it to level 5, and yeah, that looks like it all connects pretty well. Alrighty, now this basically answers the whole insulae question for us. We can basically put the end here, a middle here, another middle here, maybe a third middle, I don't know. Now we could stretch with middles all the way to the end. That's certainly one choice. What we could also do, which might be pretty frickin' crazy, is go for insulae C over here, and then we could use insulae B over on the end here. And what that will do is give us a break in the middle, which we can actually use to put a road that goes up onto that hill. Does that sound pretty cool? You know what, I think that does. Oh wow, wait, check this out, hang on a sec. So light level for previews. So you know we complained about the previews being full bright so you can just see them, but they don't reflect what it will look like in the world. Well, if we change this to -1, this is what it's going to look like as if it had the light of the world. Now I can see why they changed this to have a higher level, because if you're just trying to build it, it looks a little bit difficult to see. But in the shadow of the mountain, this is what it will look like. Now it also doesn't look like this because it's a bit transparent too. As you can see here, you can kind of see through it. So we will set that back to 15, but it's good to know you can have a quick look at what kind of lighting you're going to have in the end. Okay, so we'll pull the trigger on the last piece of the puzzle, and this should be insulae 1 ready to rock. It's a case of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings in total. I'd use my builder's goggle to show you what it looks like when it's finished completely, but it's bugging out a bit, and as you can see, we can't really see what's going on. But that's okay, it's almost better this way because there's no spoilers, and you guys can see what the finished thing looks like after the time lapse. Anyway, that is building number 1, the insulae number 1. Now let's put into position insulae number 2. This kind of works as well because there's a bit of a stagger in the land, so we can have this insulae be a bit lower down. Now you guys have mentioned, and I do read all your comments, so do keep them coming in, that basically, yeah, with a building, it's only this red block, the core block, that has to be inside the boundaries, and that does give you a bit more flexibility in terms of where you can put these buildings. So do be aware of that, because like me, I'm also aware of that now. Anyway, we're going to keep this at that level. Looks pretty okay to me. I think this is about as far forwards as we want to go, and this will be the end piece. This is end B, and this is what it looks like at level 5. Nice and tall. Plus we've got room in between here for a road that will go up the mountain. So happy with that, we're going to pull the trigger. Boom. And now let's put the middles. So this is where we're running out of space actually. This could get a bit tricky. And there's a few pieces that we want to add to this as well. There's 2 different types of middles. So we have a main B. I wonder what this is. Oh, now this is actually quite long. We might run out of space here if we're not careful. Oh man, yeah, look at this. So we are really cramped for space. However, what I am thinking is, what's going to look really good is the end piece, then the main bit, and then another end piece over here. It's a nice kind of dip in the building. I think that's a really cool... Wait, hang on a sec. Why does that... That shouldn't be there. What happens if we go to level 5 with this? Ah, now we're talking. And look at this. This is a real impressive one. I think B so far is my favorite one. So we'll press the trigger on that. Boom, it's all in correct position, I believe. And now let's squeeze the end on over here. Yeah, it's going to be a tight squeeze, but this is a really impressive looking insulae, so I think this is going to be fine. And once these walls are higher level, it will look a lot better when it's next to stone brick, when it's next to beige bricks and diorite instead of this ugly wood. So there we go, we have 2 insulae ready to rock. Let's go and set the builders up. Now the way I want to do this, I think, is we're going to have one builder on one insulae, and another builder on the other insulae, and we can kind of have a race. Spoilers, whoever gets this insulae on the right is probably going to win, because there's only 3 different building bits. This one on the left is a bit of a bigger one. Wait, no, I know what I can do. I can just make a bit of a thinner road and move that insulae away from the wall. That's going to save a lot of heartache, so I'll get that done. And I'll see you for the time-lapse build for when these insulae go up. Very exciting. So the biggest build we've done yet. This is a real mammoth. 2 massive insulae in one time-lapse. It's a lot to build, not quite as much as the university because that was colossal. But it's still a big project nonetheless. Now, the biggest problem here seems to be that the builders are on a bit of a go-slow. As your colony gets higher level and progresses as it gets bigger, your builders are going to find more and more things that slow them down. Sometimes their packs are full of junk they need clearing out, sometimes they have to run off and get food, sometimes they get sick and have to go to the hospital. But for some reason, Leo is going much slower than old Jay on the left. Now there isn't much room between these insulae for the road that goes up to the mountain, but I think it is still going to be wide enough. It's only really going to be a side street. But we want a nice big avenue going down the middle between the shops and the houses. And let me tell you, this area is going to be prime real estate. If you want a place to live on the colony, you want to live right here. This is where all the cool restaurants are going to be, the bars, the clubs, the nightlife, and the shopping. Oh man, it's like the Beverly Hills of Byzantine. Maybe that's a name for the district, Byzantine Beverly Hills. But as the first piece gets built, it looks like Jay has sped up his progress massively. I don't know what was holding him back, but whatever was holding him back seems to have fixed itself. Now these are big, but they're still only level 1, and it makes me realize actually, we probably should have upgraded the other insulae to level 3 first. But since we were going to put insulae here eventually, I think it was very important that we at least got level 1 ones down. Now one thing I'm quite sad about is that we didn't get to put a corner piece down. That's the one part of these insulae that we're not going to see from styles B and C, but you know what, that's totally fine. And again, these buildings do come chock-a-block full of guard towers as well. I think we might have a bit of a guard overflow problem, but that's a problem down the line. It's never really a terrible thing to have too many guards. As long as you have all the citizens you need to fill other jobs, it's absolutely fine. It's only a good thing. Now, I decided to track Leo, find out what was going on. He was going way too slow, and what's this? He's frozen right here. Well, let's take a look. Ah, here we go. So this joker, this absolute scumbag Leo, has got stuck on a tree. But that wasn't the only problem we had. When I was fixing Leo, getting him off that tree, it looks like Soul 101 was slain by Major Ben Massath, the president, with a balsa sword. What the hell? Anyway, guards, am I right? Now it looks like the winner is Jay, and was there going to be any surprise? Jay has been with us since the very start. It's going to be a sad, sad day to see him die for sure. But since he was free, I decided to bring him over here and let him help on the final insulae, because Leo needs all the help he can get, even though we rescued him from that tree like some crazy stranded cat. He still didn't really pick up the pace, so we're going to have to see if we can do some things to make him quicker, but I don't think it's the Hilbert build style that is slowing him down, because for the most part, it is vastly superior. But anyway, Leo was going so slow, I decided to finish the build here. Let's take a look. Okay, so the residences are complete, and these look frickin' amazing. Take a look. So we have the first one over here, which has got one central bit, 3 middles, and an end. But let's take a look inside. Now these things look amazing, but what's this at the back? Oh, this is weird. So this insulae comes with courier huts. Might as well get those built. But we're going to get Jay on most of these because, well, I don't know why, but Leo is massively slow. But what does it look like inside? And, well, some of these empty rooms are looking a bit bare. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to put my own housing in here, or if we're supposed to wait, and as it gets upgraded, more houses will be added. Now, unfortunately, we do have a lot more guard towers now, so we've got to really hold back on buildings that have guard towers, because we might have too many guards pretty soon. But all in all, this is looking amazing. Oh man, yeah, look at all of these empty rooms. Very cool. And now the second insulae down here is looking pretty toasty as well. Now don't worry that this one's floating. We're going to bring the land up, add some dirt underneath it, and a wall, and make this look all flush and pretty swish. But what I'm worried about big time is, do we have enough room over here on this side to build all the shops? I thought we were going to have loads and loads of room, as is always the case in Minecolonies. Sometimes you don't. Buildings are bigger than you think, and don't forget we want a nice big road down the middle that goes all the way over to that gate. But on the inside as well, this building is looking amazing. Look at this. Yeah, more guard towers. Ooh, worrying. But lots and lots of space for houses. Oh, what's this? Oh, a residence. Yeah, better get that built. But that's pretty weird. When the builders build the insulae, they finish the guard towers. You can see the fireworks, hear the fireworks going off. But they don't build some of these smaller residences. So that's, I guess, a thought. But yeah, oh man, and I can't wait to get these up in the higher levels because they look really, really, really good as they get bigger. Which reminds me, maybe it's time for us to upgrade our other insulae up to level 3. But thinking about it, this is going to be more housing than I think we'll ever need. With insulae number 1 over there by the boat, and then these 2 over here, I think we're kind of covered with housing going forwards. And that's really great news. One less thing to worry about, right? So time to go over to the town hall and see what is going on. How many dudes do we actually get access to now? Now it shouldn't be very high. I'm imagining maybe 55 because that's... Oh, 63. Very good. But that includes the extra guards, and there's quite a few of those. Yeah, oh my god. 33 knights isn't so bad though. That's roughly 50% of our colony. And that's kind of the number you want to go for anyway. So at the moment, we're actually looking pretty good for guards. But I would say half of your citizens as guards as a maximum is a great place to be. Now, okay, well, next steps. We need to get ready for getting the shops built next episode. So what we're going to do now is make sure our composter is making compost. All right, oh yeah, and look at this, all you naysayers that said, no, a melon farm won't work. Well, suck on this, look at this, loads and loads of melons. Oh yeah. It works perfectly, which means we must have loads and loads of melons in the warehouse. Now I've configured the composter now. He uses basically all the saplings we won't need, plus I've also added cucumber seeds, wheat seeds, soy seeds, all of the sushi crops that we're not really going to use en masse. We've got loads of those in the warehouse. So if the composter is doing his job, that means there will be compost over in the warehouse. Let's go take a look. Here we go. Right, let's pick a rack. Maybe there's some in here. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. 54 compost in here. Nothing in there. Oh, wow. Look at this. 64 and 16. So we have enough to get the research sorted. Let's head over there. The Library of Shindria. Okay, here we go. So research, and where is it? Is it combat? Was it technology? Yeah, there we go. Technology. So flower power is something we can do. Oh, no. The composter hut needs to be level 3. Oh, I didn't realize that. Wow. But the plantation only requires the farm to be level 3, so we can start on that one at least for the time being. But let's take a look at what we need to get done. So yeah, I think it's time to get the composter's hut up to level 3. It's about time. And while we're at it, maybe we can kind of do the, what's it called next to it? The apiarists? No, I don't think so. The apiarists doesn't need to be level 3 for any research, so we don't need to worry about that too much. But the composter being level 3 is going to be pretty important as well. It'll get us loads more compost for all these farms. Oh man, but there's so much to do. All of our colonists are hard at work, Sklerbetha, whacking those melons. Love to see it. And how's our forester doing? Is he chopping trees? Yeah, looks like he's on the case. So the composter to level 3, is this going to be tricky? No, we got the moss, we prepared that for the university. Normal bricks, cobblestone, compost barrel, and a podzol. Okay, so that's where it might come in a bit tricky because we need to get this guy to actually make podzol. So the way we make podzol is if we set this guy to produce dirt, there's a small chance that when he does that, he'll create podzol instead. So if we turn that on for a while, come back to it later, we should see some podzol in the warehouse. Oh man, amazing. Now while we're over here, oh, what's this? Another building to be built? Man, so many of these courier huts just lying around. Might as well get them done. Go on, Jay, you're our star. But yeah, while we're over here, let's take a look at some of these crops. I meant to come back here and change some of these, because we're not making the sushi crops anymore. We might as well make something much cooler. So we have soy seeds in here, and we don't want soy. That's basically not very Byzantinian. So what's a Byzantinian seed? Well, they're kind of from Morocco, kind of that kind of area. A Mediterranean/Middle East style of food. Things you might find in, say, for example, Greece. So maybe figs? Aren't our figs like a Greek thing? It could be. There we go, olive seeds. They were big on olives, so this is going to be an olive field. And over here, the cucumber. Now this stuff looks great, but it's gotta go. So what are we gonna pick instead? Well, they were big on nuts, so let's see if we can type in nut, and what comes up? Walnuts. Peanuts. I love a good peanut. So do you know what? Yeah, let's stick with the theme of Byzantinian, or Byzantine, Byzantine, whatever you want to call it, and go for walnuts. There we go. Lovely stuff. We probably should be looking for recipes that use walnuts, so maybe let's take a look at that as well. Walnut is from, not Croptopia, it's the other one from Capuona? Corpona, there we go. And this is used, you just make a book for innkeepers. What? Well, never mind. What about olives? What are they used for? Ah, check it out. So we could make fruitcake if we have olives, pecans, lemons, cinnamon and nutmeg. Oh, are we going to go spice heavy on the colony? I don't know, that's a lot of different crops. A supreme pizza. Oh man, nothing says supreme like a pizza. That needs olives, dough, cheese, tomato, beef and bell peppers. Maybe that's a bit crazy. We can make a drone. What? Out of olives? Ah, here we go. What says Roman more than a Caesar salad? Oh my god, it was staring us in the face the whole time. A Roman colony? It's gotta make Caesar salad. That's nuts. So we'll need olives, lettuce and garlic. The toast and a bowl we can handle later. But garlic and lettuce, that's what it's gotta be. So this one's gonna be garlic. Forget your walnuts, mate. Boom, garlic seeds. I'll have to source those later so we can actually plant them. And then we're going to pick one of these manual fields, and this will kind of come into Sklerbetha's catchment range when she levels up. So it was garlic and lettuce. Boom! Oh man, I can't wait to make some Caesar salad. That sounds amazing. So there we go, my dudes. Massive progress this episode. We've got enough housing now to last us until the end of time. All we need to do is upgrade these insulae, like the one you see behind me, up in the levels. This is 2, the other ones are 1. So there's loads and loads and loads of room to expand, improve, and upgrade. Between now and next episode, we have to play the waiting game. We've got to wait for podzol to be made so we can upgrade the composter's hut. I'll get that to level 3. And then what we can do is come back next episode and start nailing those shops. I want to get that retail district finished and decorated before Christmas. If you watch this far into the video, let me know what you're hoping to get this Christmas as a present. And I will like and heart the comment. For me, all I'm really hoping for is a really good Christmas dinner, because that's my favorite part. As always, do put a thumbs up on the video. It's great for the series. Until next time though, take care.